Welcome to Trader TV. I'm Dan Barnes. Today we're speaking with Renn Tsai, Head of Asia and Managing Director at Tradeweb, about the way that both buy-side and sell-side trading desks can access China's bond markets efficiently using the latest electronic channels. Renn, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us, what are the different ways that investors can use to access China's bond market today?
The two main ways are CIBM Direct, that was launched in 2016, and Bond Connect, which Tradeweb actually helped design and implement, and that was launched in July 2017. Just for a little bit of a context then, trading activity is fairly evenly divided between the two access channels.
That's very interesting. And has there been any significant changes over the past 12 months?
When it was launched in 2016, CIBM Direct was a voice-only channel, and as of August 2020, investors can trade electronically via CIBM Direct Link, which is our electronic offering in CIBM Direct.
What sort of appetite is there for access?
There is actually pretty good appetite for access. For example, from Tradeweb's perspective, the investor base is spread out across Asia Pacific, Europe, and in the Americas. And this investor appetite we've observed has really been driven, amongst other things, by the inclusion of China's bond markets into some of the major global bond indices. For example, China was included into Bloomberg Barclays Global Ag in April 2019, into JP Morgan's GBI EM index in Feb 2020, and most recently, it has been announced that China has conditional inclusion into FTSE's WGBI starting October 2021.
I know that there's a bedding in period for the Bloomberg index as bonds are gradually added. Are all of those now completed?
We're still in the middle of both Bloomberg Barclays and JP Morgan. In terms of Bloomberg Barclays, they had 20 months starting April 2019. In terms of JP Morgan, it's 12 months. In terms of FTSE, the proposal is for 12 months from October 2021.
We expect to see liquidity in certain bond issues that are included within indexes increase. So we can expect to see the pattern of liquidity growth continue over the next 12 months then.
Oh, absolutely. I think the kind of activity that Tradeweb has seen in our China access channels has grown significantly over the years from when we got involved in July 2017. Back then, we saw on average about $200 million worth of trades a day in US dollars. And I'm happy to say that as of November 2020, that volume has grown to about 1.4 billion US dollars a day.
Wow, that's fantastic growth. On that point, what role do market operators play in helping investors access China?
Tradeweb's goal is to make our clients' China bond access experience and workflow similar to their other experience trading G10 government bond markets on Tradeweb, right?
Yeah.
Investors can use Tradeweb to access China's bond market and enjoy the benefits of electronic bond trading, such as operational efficiency via pre- and post-trade STP, price transparency through dealer indicative streams, and execution certainty from electronic RFQ to multiple onshore dealers. Right. We also actually play an important role as a feedback conduit between our offshore investors and onshore Chinese stakeholders, such as dealers and regulators. To give you one example, Tradeweb worked very hard to introduce the concept of electronic block trading and allocations to the Chinese bond market, which is something that was required for index inclusion.
Oh, that's very good. Great evolution. How do you say that Tradeweb's China fixed income access actually evolved itself?
What Tradeweb is doing continuously is to unify the trading experience in the different Chinese bond market access channels, right? Yeah. So, for example, we were the first to introduce electronic bond trading for CIBM Direct in August 2020, so that now investors can trade electronically in a very, very similar fashion in both CIBM Direct and Bond Connect. We continue to roll out new features. For example, we've extended the settlement period from T+3 to T+10 to account for holidays. And we've also worked to improve our block trading functionality so that the number of allocations can go from 50 to 99 to encourage more investor participation.
Historically, there were various models that firms had to use, such as the QFII investor model, to access China's markets. Now that has changed, do you see trading into China becoming much more efficient for the buy-side trading desk?
Oh, absolutely. It has become much more efficient because it has moved from voice to electronic trading. That really started with the introduction of Bond Connect in 2017 and now with CIBM Direct Link. Therefore, we've also seen the adoption of electronic trading go up. And as a result, our China access channel volumes have increased from 200 million average daily trading volume in July 2017 to 1.4 billion average daily trading volume in November 2020.
And do you think end investors, who the buy-side traders are working on behalf of, is that making a difference to their access in terms of the way their portfolios can be constructed using Chinese assets?
I think the real difference has come with the inclusion of China's bond market in the various different global bond indices. Bloomberg Barclays, JP Morgan's, EM Index, and now starting October 21, FTSE WGBI. That has really driven investor and asset owner behavior.
With more securities within indexes, what would be your expectation for potential volume growth and growing investor appetite over the next 12 months?
I think we'll see continued investor interest in China, continued growth in investor index.
Yeah.
For one thing, the inclusion of China into FTSE WGBI will start an entire new set of investors, a new pool of money to come into China. We'll also see a more diverse investor base.
Yeah.
Because of index inclusion, different types of asset managers will start to allocate into China.
Lee Renn, thank you so much. That's been fantastic.
Thank you, Dan.
I'd like to thank Lee Renn for his expertise, and of course you for watching. To catch up on our other shows or to subscribe to our newsletter, go to tradertv.net and etftv.net.